So I'm selling my place, got a spot to sell. What do I do with all my stuff? Hey, so we're helping our client, Colleen. Shout out to Colleen, by the way. And Colleen's in a spot where she's selling her crib and she's actually gonna be living in there. She's got 2 dogs and stuff too. And she came up, she's like, hey, what do I do with all my stuff, right? And so what came up is a cool thought model I want to share with you. Think of it like a spectrum, right? On the far left spectrum, let's call this ideal. You've got like a model home from a nationally recognized builder where Martha Stewart herself went in there and like dialed out every single pigment of a wall color down to the infinitesimal degree, peer reviewed by 1,500 designers, right? Like no offensive book titles showing, you get the idea, right? So fully staged, fully vacant, fully ready to rock. They even have like the smellies going and all that stuff. And then you throw yourself way over to the far right side of the spectrum. You have like that cantankerous hoarder tenant with garbage bags piled from floor to ceiling inside the entire living area that won't open their door past like the security chain. Obviously not staged, not dialed, and not even available. So inside that spectrum is where most folks exist, right? So the most ideal, back from Martha Stewart, is vacant, staged, ready to rock, right? Ready to rock is like you put a couple bucks into it. Maybe you put a, fresh coat of paint, new carpet, new floors, whatever. You fix some of the dumb stuff. You got all the light bulbs looking pretty, so vacant, staged, ready to rock. If you can't pull that off, then just vacant stage, right? You ain't got a budget to do anything, just vacant staged. If you can't go vacant and for some reason you can't stage it, next best is virtual staging, but it's tough, right? Because you're winning them online with really cool, sexy photos, but then they get there and it's a little bit of a letdown, right? So the virtual staging is better than nothing, but still not as good as actual staged. And then the gamut runs of actual people living in there, right? So, if you're selling your crib and you're living in there and you happen to be like the anomaly of the world and you buy everything off Designer magazine and it might as well be staged, hey, hallelujah, high five, right? You can maybe even slide up the scale a little bit from what we just talked about. But for most folks, the game is elimination, right? It's not a bad thing too. It's a little cathartic because you got to start moving and packing anyway. So the elimination game, making it so that they're not moving into and imagining themselves living in your house by eliminating a lot of the things. They're starting to imagine being able to see themselves in the house. On top of that, they're not having that like weird little hair in the back of their neck fire up with stuff everywhere, all over the countertops and everywhere. You open up the closet and the basketball and the hockey stick and the bat falls out. And it's like, I got no storage in this place, right? So if you can eliminate and you can get your stuff off property, that's best. Next best is eliminate, use the garage. It's a very reasonable thing that we folks know. It's like, okay, cool, got to use the garage, I get it, right? And then you start to capitulate down from there. But the number one game though, once you're in the owner-occupied realm, is just try to eliminate. Try to eliminate as much as humanly and physically as possible. And if you still have to live there and you can eliminate as best as you can, you still want to try to define spaces if possible. And that's where a good consultant comes in to be able to help you still do that, either with the stuff that you have, maybe leave some things. Maybe it's a complete wipeout and it's better just to have it vacant. But the bare essentials of what it would be for you to exist in the property while you're still having the opportunity for it to be shown, and then keep the showing potentiality as high as humanly possible. So little, throw this on the bookmark or share this with a friend if they're in a situation where they're trying to figure out the game plan for what they do with all their stuff. That's a good little mental model to get the conversation started. More than welcome to reach out to us. One of the things that we do is we have in-house staging and design. It's all part of the fee. So you don't charge extra for that. It's not a la carte. So we're always trying to do the extra things to go the extra mile to get our homes and our clients the unfair advantage, because vacant staged or even owner-occupied staged sells way the hell faster and way the hell more than when it's not. So until then, gang.
The Greenhouse Group formula. 6 steps to 5 stars. 4 promises, 3 asks, 2 camps, real estate and mortgage, and 1 team. Green Team. And no excuses. All right.